Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm finding out how many dragons I need to beat chess YouTuber Alex Botez.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra Botez. I am Andrea's sister. I know a little bit about chess, so let's see if we can figure out this dragon thing.
The dragon moves like a knight and a bishop, and I will add one extra dragon each game. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, we start with exactly one dragon, and my odds here are hilariously slim, so I'm just going to develop the dragon and go to centralize it. If somehow I get some sort of miracle mate, that would be amazing, but odds are we're going to see the same strategy that I normally see from high-rated players, which is to try to trade off the queen for the dragon, and then my king versus the entire army is pretty much toast.
Let's just try to trade his dragon. Is this what new players feel like when they play chess? Are the pieces this confusing? Because I keep wanting to move my queen here, but then he can take it. Okay, let's just keep pushing my pawn. Oh my god, I'm gonna play this as if I'm a noob.
And I suppose when you only have two pieces, both of them should be attacking pieces, so we might as well charge in with everybody that we've got. So we'll even send the king into battle as well. Right, queen comes up to d6. I still have no way to get into the king's position. He's just way too well guarded. I mean, maybe I can play for some sort of stalemate tricks. If I go king up to d5, there's bishop e6, which is mate. And if I go king back, I think I'm also getting mated.
Where are you going? I have checkmate in one either way. If he goes here, we have check. If he goes here, we have check. Oh my god, that's a free queen. Well, I think I could take it from here.
But then it's just my single king versus the entire army, so I'm pretty much just running for my life.
Yeah, that's right. Two can play at the dragon game.
And she also promotes into a dragon. This is the second time that I've had a dragon promoted unto me, which is totally fair.
I don't know why I did that. This is just gonna take longer.
Which means maybe in some universe I get stalemated by two dragons?
For sure I'm not gonna get another dragon. Okay.
Or maybe I just get teabagged on by 15 different dragons. Okay, we have two dragons on the board. Yup, go little king, go. There's nowhere safe to hide.
One thing I learned is not to play with your food. I learned that from Lion King. Simba, don't play with your food.
We'll keep advancing into the position and maybe we get stalemated. But no, we get rook to a2, which is checkmate. Let's go to move on to two dragons. Alright, two dragons now on the board. My odds are a tiny bit better, but not by a whole lot. Let's start with dragon to b3. I think either targeting f7 or c7 is always going to be my best bet. We'll play dragon to d4, and if I can play dragon to e5, maybe there are like dragon to b5 ideas with check, looking at c7.
I don't know why I'm scared. I have so many pieces and he has so few.
And I can sort of start to unearth the king. So we do get that check on the board, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, should she sack the queen for the dragon, I'm not sure that I'm doing all that well. But we'll give it a try. It's probably our best chance.
Ooh, it's defended. Yeah, but I have so many pieces, it doesn't matter.
Right, so we'll take back. I can't again take the rook. This has been a reoccurring theme because if I do take the rook, it does get trapped. So I'm gonna have to retreat with the dragon, give a pesky little spite check. But other than that, I don't have a lot to look forward to here. Right, the king shuffles over. Maybe now if I charge in with the king, I'm in a little less danger because the queen's no longer on the board, but I do still have to face the wrath of the entire army. So we get knight to d7. It feels really risky, but I kind of want to camp the dragon out on c7.
Okay. Oh, I just lose my rook. Well, am I in check? No. If I lose my rook, it's fine because I have all the pieces. It's defended by the knight. Honestly, a dragon for a rook is a great trade to me. I wonder what the piece value of a dragon would be. I guess it would be both a knight and a bishop, right? So it's valued at 6, so it's valued more than a rook. But they're not working together, so maybe it is closer in value to like 5. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna ignore everything unless he attacks me, and I'm gonna promote a queen. That's my strat.
So it's impossible for me to stop the horde of pawns from pushing to the other side. The best that I can pretty much hope for is that somehow I get into the position. Unfortunately, that seems kind of unlikely because there's really no entry point. Everything is sort of guarded off. So let's try a little bit of maneuvering. We'll bring the dragon out to a5. We can give a bishop check. We can't give any knight checks, which is really what I need to get, right? We get pawn to c5, stopping that idea right away. And with the king and the dragon alone, it just doesn't seem like I can actually reach that king. So I can take a step step back.
It's interesting because when I teach people how to play chess, it's always like make sure that you can't take anything and you have to do it as a manual process until your brain gets used to it. And I'm doing the exact same thing. I think that's how you have to learn. It's cool because I've forgotten how it might be confusing to learn how pieces move for beginners, and this gives me some sympathy for them. I'm just going to promote my other pawns. I'm going to take my bishop out. I'm going to trade his dragon.
Right, we do get pawn to b5. Now, maybe if I can get to c6, there are some annoying ideas. But I would have to allow pawn promotion. Or maybe I just stop her with the king. No, bishop to b7 lines up looking directly at the dragon, and I think I might already be toast. There's this idea of pawn to d4 with the discovered attack against the dragon, so at the very least, at least I have to move my king out of the way, if nothing else, right? We get d4 anyways, which uproots the dragon, and still there are just no weaknesses around this king.
Where are you gonna go, little dragon? Got you cornered, buddy. It's a cool looking piece design. I'll get a queen this time.
Again, it's a little bit of a cheap way to go about it, but maybe I can play for some sort of stalemating tricks. Although we've already seen how that worked out in game number 1. We get queen to e4 check. I'll try to walk myself into a corner. We'll play like king to b2. Maybe if we get rook to h2, I can win it with the dragon.
Check. Always check. It might... Oh. Well, I forgot about that.
Right, we do get rook to h2, which means I can take, but now there's queen g2. Trades off the queen for the dragon. Oh, even better, queen to e2. Oh, brutalizing my last attacking piece. Yeah, the dragon is toast. We'll walk the king into the corner, but there's not much that we can do here. Right, we get checked. Queen to a2, very elegant way to finish off that game. Brutal efficiency. Let's go to move on to game number 3. All right, game number 3, we have 3 dragons now on the board. I still have this sort of sneaky check idea, so I think I'm going to play into that. If we do get d5 again, I will give the exact same check and grab c7.
So we need to trade off his dragons as quickly as possible so that we don't get confused or tricked.
But we get knight to f6 instead. I mean, I guess I could still play this. The problem is it's kind of easy to defend. Well, I guess it would have to be with knight to a6. And I'm just not sure that's worthwhile. Well, I suppose having your opponent playing defense is always worthwhile, so we'll play the dragon out to b5 anyways.
Am I in check? No, let's just push him.
I mean, if you imagine that she doesn't move anything that defends c7, technically it's a mating idea. Oh.
Oh my god, he can take on here.
We get a6, which allows the capture. Oh no, it's the same thing that happened with Jack. The dragon does take and it does deliver mate to the king. Oh no.
Not like this!
Oh my god, that's the second time that's happened. GG's. I will say, this happened to me with another YouTuber as well, and I gave them the chance to play up one more dragon. If you want to play that, we definitely can.
Yeah. Do one more dragon.
Okay, let's go up to 4.
That's embarrassing. We're going again. What just happened? Oh god, that's embarrassing. Okay, I'm locking in.
All right, 4 dragons on the board. I'm going to play for the same sort of sneaky ideas. I'll start with centralizing this dragon.
I underestimated his dragons. Never again. Block, block, block.
The outer center, right? And immediately we get pawn to d6. No funny business this time. I will not be permitted any sneaky moves, but I can play here, and I actually still have the same idea. Except the king always has that d7 escape square, but then there's always a check. There are ideas that I can sort of play into from there, right? We get pawn to c6, immediately booting the dragon. No funny business this time. I wonder what happens if I sacrifice. I just don't think there's a follow-up there. If I do sack the dragon, surely the king takes. We check this way, pawn to g6. We check that way. Maybe there's something there. I just feel like it's premature.
He doesn't know what to do. We'll just have to flag him.
I'm not totally sure. My concern is that if I move anywhere else, there's always like queen to a5, and I immediately lose the initiative. Maybe I can play this. That's super annoying. Pawn comes up, I sack the dragon, takes his check again, and anybody blocks, I have dragon here. So maybe I play this? Pins the pawn. If we get queen to a5 check, I can drop the dragon back. Defends, but also hits the queen.
Check? He can't take it, right? Right. That was a good move. I was pinned, so let's attack. We're attacking the defender. Forgot about that. But it's fine. got one dragon out of the way.
Right, they do take on a4. There has to be a mating idea here. It's probably incredibly gross, but it has to exist. The question is where and how? Maybe I play something like this. I feel like that's too blatant of a sacrifice and it just welcomes e6. Okay, let's go here. I don't know. I mean, this check also makes a lot of sense. Check, king comes up to d7. The problem is then this dragon is sort of a liability that I have to hold on to. Let's go here. I'm gonna go for c6 and then centralize this dragon. And I don't think she's gonna be in time to promote any pawns.
All right. Let's go. Oh, he's attacking. That means I have to defend with my king. So be it. So be it. And if he checks me, then we gotta block that way.
Right, the king comes up to defend, which makes a lot of sense, but now the king is a little bit exposed. The problem is it's only really quote-unquote exposed if I can actually do something about the fact that it's the most advanced minor or major piece. So how do I actually do that? How do I actually capitalize on that? I can always just stack more attackers. I mean, I can always just have 3 dragons on the exact same pawn, and surely I'm threatening something.
No more Mrs. Nice against these sneaky dragons. And then I'm going to use this as a distraction so that his dragons are too busy defending against my pawn to attack me. Can I go here? Yes.
Yeah, you'd imagine sacking here, knight takes, dragon takes, blocks off all of these squares, and I think that's already a forced mate because we catch the king on the diagonals and we catch it as a knight, right? And this dragon defends the other dragon, so this should already be forced mate.
Uh-oh. Did I get mated again? That's so funny and so embarrassing.
All right, with that, we do win also with 4 dragons.